And there we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, NS50 construction. Oh, the hours, the long, endless, dedicated hours of click, click, boom, click, click, boom, in order to reach this milestone of accomplishment. Whew. So glad to have it out of the way. It's practically halfway to 99, really. Okay, I'm kidding. Didn't take that long, but I mean, I can't just obviously come in and say, well, hey, I'm back, guys. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Seldom seen, back in full swing. Can't really just do that, can I? I have to. I can explain, though. I know it's been over a year, and it's actually not the most interesting story in the world. I had a computer issue in the very beginning. Took the computer, took it all the way, got to a place to get it repaired. Guy said I needed a new battery, so the battery wasn't strong enough. So I gave it to him. He got me a new battery. He put it in. I brought it home that night. It was working fine. I started editing the new video for Untrimmed and this one, and the following morning couldn't turn the computer on again. Took it back to him. Said he wasn't sure what the problem was. I said thank you, and I took it to an engineering friend of mine in the last week of June, so about a year ago this week. And he took the whole thing apart, checked all the systems, checked all the settings, and then put it back together, and it worked. However, the problem I ended up having was that for some reason, I couldn't get my editing software to work. It kept, every time I tried to load it, it just wouldn't happen. And I tried other editing softwares, and then I had another crash. And ultimately, I ended up switching jobs and moving across the country within like 2 weeks of this happening. So I got just caught up doing other things, like moving, and then my computer still wasn't letting me use my editing software. So I just kind of fell out of it for over a year now, but I actually moved back to where I originally had moved from, and I'm doing a similar job to what I had been doing before. And I ended up finding a new editing software called Lightworks, and it works great for this editing. So I just suffice it to say that I'm back. I'm happy to make new videos, and I hope the crowd that small crowd I left behind is still interested in watching them. Also, this clip is of me getting 23 million firemaking experience. I just needed a longer clip so that I could explain all that while something was still going on the screen, because otherwise it'd just be a black screen of me talking. So just going to be opening some crates here. Yeah, this is still back when I had crates. This was all filmed like, over a year ago. I did keep it though, because I knew there was a chance I could get back. But yeah, as you see, as I open here, it's mostly just, there's not a lot of, I'm not going to do this for every single opening, because by the end of this, there's been, well, stay to the end to see exactly how many crates I do have to open. But, I'm getting some pieces, some logs, a lot of seeds actually, a lot of seeds coming in, and fish, which is good, because that'll help with me with my cooking XP later on. The only thing I will say is that if you were sitting there with your fingers crossed, hoping that I was going to get this pet with within a reasonable amount of time, maybe get spooned it, well, sit back, because that didn't happen. So we're gonna open some more here. As we see, okay, more fish, more tin. The money is good too. The money doesn't come in as fast as I thought it was going to when I initially started this. I thought that an extra long grind at wintertime was gonna mean quite a bit of money for the things I want to do after this, but even so, I mean, I'm getting, 6K here, 12K here. It's not nothing. It's definitely going to be useful, but it's not quite as lucrative as I thought it was going to be in the beginning. But I actually ended up being more surprised, as I said, by the seeds and by the herbs. The herbs and seeds are great. They're going to help me just trounce the early leveling for farming. And herb lore, I mean, spoiler alert, by the end of this video, I'm going to have 37 magic seeds. Now, I'm not a big math guy, but that's something in the neighborhood of 500,000 farming XP, so it's just great. And we're just going to take a quick pick stop here to say that we are about to hit. Now, I know there's not like there's anything going on in this clip. It's not much. It's just more of the white prison. I'm consuming my soul every second, but you know what? We persevere. But this actually does have something going on. If you see up there in the top corner, I am just about to hit 25 million Firemaking XP. And done. Which puts us at about halfway to the drop rate. And we have 55 crates. This is actually crates 1065 to 1110. And I just thought I'd open some up on camera again. We got a bunch of jewels in that one. Whoa, we got sapphires and the emeralds coming in hot. Logs and some money. There's a willow tree seed, very nice. Some more herb seeds. Always glad to see them. Yeah, this might be a fun opportunity to mention that you see the cakes in the inventory. Again, we already discussed briefly about how this is back when before Winter Todd had changed. But you may recall in the second episode that we were in Ardoin and we were thieving over about 6,000 cakes because I believed that's how many I would need. Because it was right before I hit 99 Firemaking, because remember, the rules of the game are that I cannot do anything else once I hit 99 in any given skill until a pet is acquired. So, consequently, I needed to make sure I had enough food to take me all the way to 200 million Firemaking if I needed it. So, I stood in Ardoin stealing cakes to level 54 thieving, got my 6,000 cakes, and lost the hardcore status on this account to a Knight of Ardoin that attacked me when I wasn't paying attention. And so it's ironic now because I'm gonna have over, I think I use about 1,000 cakes before the end of the video, where I will thus far have to be using the new method of Winter Todd and will have no need for the cakes in any meaningful way. So essentially, as I said, irony, we lost the hardcore status and have 5,000 surplus cakes with no use. So that's fun. Anyway, back to the opening. Tin and money is always nice. There are herbs and there we go. Some more herb seeds is nice. And fish. Gotta love fish. In the game, that is. I don't actually like fish in real life. I just think it's weird. It smells bad when it's fresh, which is just kind of creeps me out. But you got a bunch of burnt pages too, which is good. Surplus of fire tomes. I actually drop traded those over to my main a long time ago because they were just taking up space. Anyway, opportunity also here to tell you to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing here. And please, if you're one of my 65 returning viewers and you're happy that I'm back, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would just love to hear that. And in this clip, we're about to see, there it is, 1 million woodcutting XP, almost entirely done here at Winter Todd. Let's go. As a matter of fact, I think what we have coming up next is going to be, yep, also 1 million fletching. And that also, almost entirely here at the Todd. And we got a pretty major milestone coming in here at 30 million Firemaking XP, which is, what is that, boys? That's like 1/7 of the way to 200 mil. Really hoping it doesn't take that long, but we'll see. Also, I hate to admit, I lost the footage of me getting 75 fletching, which is about to happen, so here's a screenshot of that. And here I am not losing the footage of me getting 75 woodcutting, so there we are. There I can now finally cut magic logs, which with the fletching is going to be real nice. I'm going to have myself a magic shortbow in short order. Now I remember recording this, and I also remember letting it breathe a little bit, milking it for a little bit of time, because I mean, come on, the steel baguette. Who doesn't want the joy of getting that from the sandwich lady? How often does she even offer a baguette? But no, we don't get it. Now, you may be looking here and thinking, I don't see a difference. It's still just the white prison, laced with little ugly spats of gray and green. But you'd be wrong, because I switched sides at 35 million XP just for the slightest change of scenery. And you may notice in this clip there is a very dynastic and dynastic. Isn't that? That's like dynasties and kings and stuff. Well, I mean, these are the camera angles of a king of cinema. Got a little bit closer. And also I got 77 fletching. Let's go. You know, it kind of shocks me that I'm watching back on this footage that I'm at nearly 40 million Firemaking XP here, and I still haven't. I'm going to do something pretty soon that's going to change up how I collect my crates, and I cannot believe it has not happened yet. I remember it being much sooner. And here I am. Look at this, boys. We are at 40 million Firemaking. Well, at the end of this particular round, it's going to be 40 million Firemaking XP. I also have somewhere in the neighborhood of like 77 woodcutting as well, and I'm still not doing the thing. So let me explain it before we get to it, because I don't think I'm going to have much clip time then. I started challenging myself to keep things fresh, and what I would do is that I would essentially go in with 2, 3, 4 cakes. I think it was 4 cakes. And then I would see how many crates I could get before I needed to get food. And I was setting records after that, and believe me, it was entertaining for hundreds of rounds at the todt. I mean, it was the most motivational thing I remember doing last summer. So, pro tip, if you're ever bored, make a challenge out of nothing. And 57 construction. Not that it's that big of a deal. I mean, but in Mass Worlds, it's pretty good to get that far, even at this level of XP. Because I mean, on my UIM, I just got the 99, and I did it in solo, and I got to 70, so it's pretty good. Moving on. So this is just a real quick aside, but it's a fun little accomplishment I noticed along the way. I have just broken here into the top 1,000 Ironmen for Winter todt KC, so cool. Let's see how much further we gotta go here to that old Phoenix pet. Still feels like a pretty cool accomplishment. So here we go. This is my first example of when I had made that change, and I had set a record. I've been trying to break this record for I don't know how many KCs, but you see here in the inventory that I have, it's got one little piece of cake left, but on 4 cakes, I managed to get 12 games done, 12 KC done. It was, ooh, that felt good. Finally break that record. So I have missed it in this clip. This is immediately following it. However, I did hit 80 fletching, which is pretty close to 2 million. We've up and doubled it just in this video, all again at the todt. However, I am also about to announce that I have, and there it is, I have missed 80 woodcutting as well. Anyway, the fun fact is, though, is that I am about to wrap up with where I am currently at the todt from last summer. I'll be taking the stuff back to the bank here, and I have a massive opening to do. And it's gonna have some stuff in it. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed. Maybe this has a happy ending. We're moving on to something else right here at the end of the video. Wouldn't that be exciting? So here we go. We have a massive opening coming. So what's special about this opening, I'm gonna tell you now, is that it starts at 2,000 KC at the Winter todt, and I have 134 crates to open up from 2,000 to 2,134, which is more or less where I left off last summer. I do have, I want to say 10 crates in the bank still, but now that Winter todt has been changed and the way you loot Winter todt has been changed, I almost don't want to open them because it just feels like such a nice relic to have in the bank. Because these crates, they're discontinued. They don't exist anymore. And I got 10 of them sitting in the bank, and there is a certain level of allure to opening them, but at the same time, I just kind of want to keep them because it's a discontinued item and they're mine. So I believe that I will keep those 10 now that things have changed. During this opening, a great deal. There's a lot of seeds, a lot of herbs, a lot of what we expect coming from it. I believe the most you'll see as the video progresses here that I do receive several pieces of the Pyromancer's outfit. Not that I don't already have it in full because I do, but many pieces. But it is cool to see that it's slowly like, am I going to get the whole outfit from just this one opening? That's pretty fun. But so here we are. I just wanted to take, this is a bit of a longer clip where I'm opening up the crates, which is just keep an eye on it. There's some cool stuff that comes in. But I do want to take this opportunity here at the end of the video to, I mean, as I already had stated, I'm excited to be back. I'm thrilled to be able to make videos again. I have a lot of passion for filmmaking for the YouTube space. And just the very idea that tens of people might see this, can't wait. And I hope there's some returning people. However, that being said, my 2 series that I currently have on docket, I love them, and I'm going to continue with them. Do not believe for a second that Petcrossing is finished, or that I've given up the hunt for anything, or that it's over. No. Petcrossing will continue, and I'm very excited for the future of this particular grind. I'm down for any grind. That's just how I play this game. I may not be the best PVMer. I may not be the best in a PvE or PvP, or even among the elite class, but let me tell you, can I grind? So, that being the case, these series will in fact continue, no question about that. However, I do also, I'm pretty excited. I have some one-off videos that I also want to experiment with, and I hope you'll be interested in seeing that. I'll be getting into soon. So because this is such a long grind, I don't want to leave potential viewers starved for content, so to speak. So I want to be able to put these videos out as well, because it'll give things in between these major grinds to put on the channel. Because I don't, if I just continued in this capacity, it's entirely possible that it could be one video every 3 months or 6 months or a year intentionally. That'd be even worse than a year unintentionally, as far as I'm concerned. So I do have some ideas, some things that are coming down the pipeline that I'm very excited about, and I hope that I can find an audience to be excited about them too. And of course, suffice to say that this series, Petcrossing, as well as my Untrimmed Slayer Hardcore Iron Man series, will also continue. I will also take this opportunity to mention something that might only matter to me, but I just wanted to hang the lampshade on the fact that I know that my original handcrafted opening montage for Petcrossing isn't here. And I also don't have the opening montage for Untrimmed either. I have considered just recording them from an old video and putting it back in here. But I searched and I searched and I searched my computer, and I just could not find them. But if people love them, if they're clamoring for the opening intros, well, I'll go get them back. I promise. But we do have one final accomplishment for this video. Let's take a look. Bee boo bee boo boo bee boo. I don't know. I'm gonna stop because I don't even know if that's copyrighted, and is me just sarcastically beeping it enough to get me strike for that? I don't know. So I'm just gonna stop doing that right now and call attention to the fact that no, you're not seeing things up there in that top left corner. That's right. We're about to hit 50 million Firemaking XP. 1/4 of the way to 200 million. And we're still stacking crates. Yeah, it's beautiful. But yeah, it's pretty big, and I remember when I hit that, I was pretty excited about it, and then I fell into this period where I thought, am I gonna be able to make these videos? I'm gonna have the footage, but this felt like such a natural ending point for episode 3 that I just could never film anything after it. This needed to be the end, but I'm just so glad I got here. I'm glad I got this video out. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you liked what you see here, and if you want to see more of it. I thank you all so much. I'm so happy to be back, and I will see you in the next video, which I'm going to try to get out as soon as possible. I don't know which one it's going to be yet, but I'm excited. Thank you so much for being here, guys. See you soon.